Hello everybody and welcome to Bitcoin Predator. Today we are going to give a deep analysis into Bitcoin pricing as well as the current market landscape. So to start, we have easy tensions between China and the US after the Geneva meeting. So this is bullish for the Bitcoin. You can also see that the S&P 500 also was positive about this tariff easing, so the market remains on a good bullish scenario. We can also see that the dollar index spiked after the US-China agreement. The tariff rollback sparked renewed investor confidence in the dollar, which had come under pressure earlier this year amid concerns that the President Trump's trade strategy was eroding the appeal of US assets. So this means that after the meeting, the confidence in the US dollar is back, at least for the time being. But from my personal perspective, although these are good news, we should not be over optimistic. Since this agreement is not permanent, we don't know what's coming afterward. So pretty much during the meeting they decided to lower the tariffs for 90 days. US decreased the tariffs from 145% to 30% from China imports, and vice versa from China went from 125% to 10%. Now let's get some detail into the technical analysis. We can clearly see that the Bitcoin price is still solid following the M2 Global Liquidity Index, and we must be aware that we don't know until when such correlation will keep going. I know you guys are aware that perhaps there is an 82 offset, 105 offset, sometimes it switches, there is not a precise day. Nevertheless, the M2 Global Liquidity is a good idea of the overall trend of Bitcoin, and we can clearly see that it remains bullish. However, we do not know until such correlation will work or how high it will take Bitcoin price. So be careful, especially if you see such a peak from the M2 liquidity index. We don't know yet if such peak is just temporary and the index will keep going up, or this is the starting of a reversal of the M2 global liquidity, and soon enough Bitcoin price will follow the correlation to the downside. We can also see that since April 22nd the price has been consolidated and broke the 97,800 support level. It also reached the 104,143 level, which I consider to be a relevant support level based on the price action of the beginning of 2025. You can see right here at the beginning of the year this was a high liquidity area, so I consider this level to be very relevant. The next target will be the 107,200 and finally the all-time high $109,600,000. Now this last move over the few days has formed a strong daily fair value gap right here between the 97,700 and 102,300 level. I believe the price will keep getting liquidity from this level, perhaps even reaching the $100,000 level before continuing to go up, break the important levels and consolidating and breaking to the upside. We can clearly see that the price behavior since the beginning of the bull run has been consolidating on an uptrend, breakout, consolidating on an uptrend, breakout, and then I don't think this time is going to be any difference. I think there is still going to be consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, so on and so forth. I would personally never go short in this bull run scenario, and I don't understand why some YouTubers or traders go short even with such a high risk of getting stopped out. So personally, always be mindful of our risks. And by the way, precisely as I predicted on my last video, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. The price went above the 100,000 level to the upside and the index spiked along with it. At the time of my last video, the index was on the neutral phase, and as soon as the price broke above the 100, it went fast to the grid level. And because of that, me personally, I'm not adding up to my position. In reality, I'm getting ready to take profit and close my position as soon as my indicators send me the alert. We are already on the grid level. I think it is a blink of an eye to go to the extreme grid, especially above the 90 level of the index. That's why, although there may be some points of interest in the short term, perhaps lower time frames, order blocks, fair value gaps and so on, I would not place a new trade because we are only around 3.62% away from the all-time high. And as you know, the risk of a reversal increases the longer the price moves toward that level. Because the truth is, nobody knows how high Bitcoin will go. And if you want me to make a video about Bitcoin price prediction, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, be mindful of your risks, and stay tuned.